Dean, I think you're a little upset right now.
Oh, do you think?
Yeah, do you want to tell the world why?
Is there a copycat?
Wait, what? Okay, talk to me. Let's talk about it. Let's hash this out. Okay, so Dean's upset.
You stole my Instagram
Dean's upset
description.
because for years I've had on my Instagram description that I'm an analyst because I come here, I analyze the news every week in collecting.
That's literally not a thing.
And he's upset because apparently he's an analyst at his job.
Don't say analyst.
That's what you told me.
You know what, dude? I quit the show.
You quit the show? That's my thing.
Yeah, well, this time I'm doing it.
Copycat.
Are you an angel?
What?
An angel. I heard the deep space pilots talk about them. They're the most beautiful creatures in the universe.
Hello there.
We are tonight's entertainment.
We would be honored if you would join us.
He's got a billion toys.
You brought in the doll collection.
These are not dolls, Jim. These are commodities. Same as gold or oil.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
You are now listening to the Collecting Weekly podcast.
This is the true form of lore gang right here. Very nice. YouTube.com/collectingweekly. Thank you very much. That's very cool. Big.
Hey guys, my name is Zach.
I'm Dean.
Welcome to this week's episode of Collecting Weekly. It's a weekly podcast where my friends and I talk about the things that matter the most to us this week in collecting.
That's right. We want to thank our friends over at Water Scrubber and 1/6 Corner for sponsoring this week's episode.
We got Danny Lee, Mark Pearson, Mario Cortez, DA210, Sean Yahtzee in the chat so far. Dean, we are here on the eve of election night 2020. By the end of the night, the country could have a new president. It could have the same president. But frankly, the most important thing that's happened this week relates to collectibles, and we're here to talk about it.
Hell yeah.
Before we do that, Dean, let's get into the world's favorite podcast segment. Are you ready?
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
It's new this week.
Yeah, new this week. What'd you get new? I got the Black Series Beskar Mando. Immediately took it out of the box and took the cape off because it's garbage. And I made one out of an old t-shirt. And just a lot of kind of fitting, futzing, folding, gluing, and then going back over with like a black.
A black marker?
Yeah, like a black marker.
Yeah.
Just because you know how super glue gets out, it turns like white.
Yeah, like it's all frosty looking.
Yeah, and it's a black t-shirt, so I just use that.
Or did you use the one that you're wearing, or
no?
Would it be hilarious if there was like a cutout on your arm or something?
No. Yeah, this thing's fantastic. I mean, the Mando figure was already really good.
Yeah.
Added jetpack, the cooler armor. I mean, this thing's a fucking slam dunk, right?
How does the jetpack plug in? Does it just like, can you still holster the rifle on the back or
no? So it's 3 plugs.
Mm-hmm.
One of which actually, now that I'm looking at, no, you can't. This one it plugs into where the rifle plugs into.
Gotcha.
But I did go ahead and order some custom made accoutrements for my Mando. But that's probably gonna take a few weeks.
What'd you get?
I got a properly made cape,
mm-hmm.
A draped cape, so nothing wired. And then the same person that does the cape makes a satchel to put Baby Yoda in.
Oh wow, nice.
So I'll have a cloth satchel and he'll be my travel Mando.
Love it.
Yeah, this thing's dude, honestly, like I was kind of a little hesitant because I was like, well, I already have like the regular Mandalorian the carbonite one. I have it on my desk. And you did a really nice custom cape on that one for me. So I was like, I don't know, I already have Mando. Like, could it really be like that much better? I don't want to say it's better, but it's fucking great. Like, I don't mind having both of them. And it's, you know, $20. Like, you know,
can't beat that.
No brainer. So yeah, that's all I got this week. Just waiting on those things from eBay. So
yeah. I picked up from our good friend Gare Bear the Sideshow Batman. I've been after it for a while. Did not want to pay the retail price. And I'm pretty impressed by it. I got it here on the desk on our new This Week stand, which is a Patreon exclusive for November for the top tier. And it's a pretty solid figure.
I want to hear your thoughts.
Not the greatest articulation on this figure. But aesthetically, I think it looks really good. I think the face paint is excellent. I know Sideshow sometimes struggles with that face paint. I think the accessories, I mean, there's only 2 batarangs, some hands. I think they're a little light. I think the base is not my favorite, but just in terms of the figure itself, the drape of the cape is gorgeous. The suit is really well tailored. It looks really good. The body, though it does have a little bit of... like I mentioned, not the best articulation. The sculpting on the body is fantastic. And, you know, it's an impressive figure. I know Jason Nelson has been talking very highly about it. I know Dylan as well. And I'm glad to have it in the collection. And I was able to find the exclusive portrait on OSR BST this morning.
Nice.
So pretty excited about that.
Yeah, because I remember when this figure was getting released, you were even like, I kind of want to get it.
Dude, for real.
I remember that very, very specifically because I was like, that seems like an odd choice, but whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Not my collection or money, so.
Yeah, and there's one tiny little thing about it that I'm just like astounded with. It feels like die cast. It's cold to the touch, but on the boots here, on the front and the back, you see those little gold bits there?
Yeah.
I think they're die cast. And when you put the figure down, it's this real nice, satisfying click.
Nice.
Like when you put it down, it's very pleasing to do,
just
right?
Kind of bite it on the edge, like
right here. Look at this, right here, ASMR, baby.
Oh yeah,
right there.
That's crispy.
Very crisp. I think the leather, it's not really leather, but the belt sculpt is really good. I think the color offsets everything really nicely.
Yeah, very classic looking.
But this I couldn't be happier. I did also get another purchase, and Dean, you kind of took me to task over it. Now, on our Patreon feed, we do have a video on how to maximize the rewards points that Sideshow gives you every year. And that's on the Patreon feed now. And I was able to get a Hot Toys Newt Scamander for $17. So that's a $251 figure plus tax and shipping. You're looking like a $300 figure for $16 out the door. And let's talk about it, because I thought that'd be a fun discussion to have on air. So tell me your reasons why I was getting roasted so bad.
You've never seen the movie?
Which is incorrect. I've seen half the movie.
Which is arguably worse.
I
didn't like the movie enough to go back and finish it.
No, Dean.
I'm just not seeing it.
Look, let me tell you this, Dean. When you have kids, right? We started watching this movie when Vivi was first born, and it's just been 3 years that I've had the time to finish it. That's how the life of a parent, my guy.
That's not a thing.
And I have watched the first one. By this point, I've watched the first one, I've watched the second one, and I've watched 2.5 of the Harry Potter movies.
Okay, you're proving my point right now. You had the time today to watch all these Harry Potter, but you weren't even motivated to watch the rest of the movie.
Yeah, but I've done it now, and I love the character. I love the book that it's based on. I love the Niffler, right? And the little green guy, the Bowtruckle. And I was watching Harry Potter 2.
What the fuck is that?
it's a little creature. The movie's called Fantastic Beasts, and this newt has many fantastic beasts.
A newt sounds like an animal. It sounds like a bee.
It is. It's like a salamander.
A newt
At any rate,
salamander.
I was watching Harry Potter 2, and there was a phoenix in the movie, and I was like, damn, that phoenix was dope. And so I went on Amazon, and they make a replica of that phoenix. It's basically 6 scale. I was like, let me get that too. Dean, I am super excited. You can see I've cleared off a whole shelf here for Newt. I'm very excited. Dean's being a hater, but when you can get that much of a discount, it had $20 off and free shipping. So basically all I paid was tax after all the discounts. I think that is a fantastic purchase.
Oh, it is a fantastic purchase, but get something else.
But I like the character. I love it. Our Twitch user says, when are you guys going to watch Steins Gate?
I have no way of watching it. It's not streaming anywhere.
We will watch it, but this stream that we do is like our toy show. So if we did watch it and talk about it, it would be on After Dark, which is our dick around show. Dean, enough about that. Let's get into the news, starting with the Hot Toys quarter scale Mandalorian Deluxe and quarter scale Mandalorian. The quarter scale comes in at $545 for the regular, $655 for the deluxe, and that is coming out Q4 2021. The difference between the deluxe and the standard is this fancy base. I will say this. I hate this deluxe base. It looks like if you just threw a bunch of shit from the show and they just jumbled on a base randomly. I think that's what you'd end up with. I think the sculpting on these things are cool, but I just do not like the way that it looks.
The only quarter scale base that was any good was the one that came with Boba Fett, because there's like a diorama. The one that came with the quarter scale Vader is stupid.
It's weird because it's like a base and then a narrow thing and then a pedestal.
It's fucking dumb.
The Iron Man Mark III base, not a big fan of that one either. With the arm of the monger,
it's kind of cool, but it's not $100 cool. I made the point that it comes with an e-web cannon, which you could pose them with, but that doesn't happen with this thigh armor
that we've seen yet.
Okay, that's fair. That we've seen yet.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, that's a season 1 prop for a season 2 Mando. You could futz it in, I guess, but I mean, if you were a stickler for those things, I kind of am. I mean, I have my moments, but like, it's like, well, like, it's nice you included it, but it's also kind of pointless.
Yeah. Initially,
how far out?
This is Q4 2021.
Yeah, so
end of next year, about a year and change.
Season 3 will be starting.
Correct. Now, I will say this. Initially, I thought that the head looked a little bit too small on Mando. There was some photos of this on display, and I think it looked a little bit better.
Yeah.
But I will say it seems like the cape on this one maybe is a bit shorter than what I recall the 6-scale Hot Toys being. It is quite a bit shorter. So I don't know if that is a change that's going to happen this season, a change next season, or if this is just a prototype and that's not the final length of the cape. But I do know that scene to scene, that cape length does change, and it usually depends on what stunts are being done in the scene. So I'm not really going too hard on that fact just yet, but I think it looks good. At $655, it seems to be quite expensive.
I wouldn't get the
yeah, I think that this entire figure, at least for me, is an easy pass. Hot Toys is also releasing the child on its own. You can get it for $175, again releasing Q4 2021. I think this looks pretty good. I think the seams look very manageable here on the 1-to-1 scale. I think they're quite large, but I think this looks pretty good. Comes with an assortment of hands, 2 different head sculpts. Comes with the pram. The pram does have an ability to display it closed, though I'm not sure why you'd do that if you're spending this much money on this figure. But I think that this looks pretty decent. What do you think?
I don't like the facial expressions.
I think the one on the bottom looks fine.
Yeah, that one's okay, but the mouth's kind of just like a slack jaw. But I don't know. I don't get it. It's like, why don't you just both of the sculpts are open mouth. Why didn't I don't know? It's just
like a closed mouth, maybe.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I will say this, Dean, on my second rewatch of the episode from last Friday, I really felt like, I don't know what's the most tactful way to say this, but I think they cut to the child too often for like comedic relief. And I feel like obviously when they filmed the first season, they're assuming like, hey, this character is going to be a hit, like it's going to be viral. Obviously, I think it blew up way more than anyone could have ever expected. I mean, Baby Yoda is literally everywhere. You go to Walmart, there's Baby Yoda shit all over the store.
That's fair.
I think that they're overplaying it a bit, at least just purely based on that first episode.
I can only think of one instances where they used it as a comedic effect.
Maybe not a comedic effect, but I feel like they cut to him to like change the mood of what was happening too often. I don't know. I mean, that's just my personal opinion.
But
I could be
if
totally
you
wrong.
don't, then people are gonna be like, "Well, where's Baby Yoda? What happened to him? Why is he not on the scene?"
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's true. I mean, he's so small that any cut of him really has to be a cut to him.
And
I
not
guess that
only
makes
that,
sense.
but if you don't cut to him enough, people are gonna be worried about him. Like, did someone get him? Like, why isn't he here? What? Like,
I mean, he should just have his own show at this point.
I mean, the show should be called the Baby Yoda story.
Yeah, I will say real quick on this fabric, I am not a fan of whatever is going on here on the neck, on the collar.
Yeah.
It
looks like the Michael Myers hair that man uses.
Yeah, I'm not too keen on that. But again, you can get this for $175, releasing Q4
pretty good.
2021. Now, Hot Toys during this event did also show their new 1/6 scale Mando with the swoop bike. This is obviously from the episode 1 of season 2 / episode 9. I think this looks pretty decent. This is obviously the season 2 because you can see has that thigh armor there on the thigh. And I mean, I think the bike looks good. I think the child has always looked good in 6 scale that Hot Toys has shown us. The armor looks fantastic. And we said, quite a few times on the show, I think it's probably worth waiting till the end of season 2 to see if you like this getup and these accessories that are going to be offered for the 3.0 Mando, or if you want to wait for the... What's that?
That's even as this comes out.
I mean, that's true. They have shown things that never get released, but they also did make us... Well, I guess they've done it before. They've made a post about a figure that never released it, Shazam. So that's true. I guess it is. It is in...
I mean, I don't doubt that the Mandalorian's coming out, obviously, right?
Yeah.
But they don't really do vehicles. Now, this would be kind of a first. I mean, they're doing this.
Well, this could be a DX. So they did the speeder bike. They did the snap. Now this.
And they're also doing the what do you call it? The Scout Trooper, right?
Yeah. We have someone in the chat that says, Dean, that we used a spoiler. You know what that means?
Man, those cops are busy. There's spoilers and third-party police.
Yeah, in this chat. I do get what you're saying. It just feels like an easy inclusion for Hot Toys to just throw in that thigh armor into the 2.0 Beskar Mando, right? I mean, it's already Velcro. Literally every single part of armor on the 1.0 is Velcro. I assume it's going to be that way for the 2.0.
Yeah.
It just seems like an odd exclusion at this point, but I mean, Hot Toys has done cash grabs before, right? It's not like this is anything new to me. Mark says it's hard for me to keep up with how many Mando figures there are. I got the Beskar and Baby 6 scale on PO, going to wait until season 2 is over to decide on which Mandos to get. Scott says same here, and Eddie says I'm not sure which Mando to get, just waiting till season 2 ends to decide, and Danny agrees. Great activity in the chat. Sideshow did show off their premium format Moff Gideon. I will be completely honest, Dean, nothing about this, with the exception of the base, looks good. I think the dark saber looks awful. I think the portrait is terrible. The cape is just, I mean, whoever did this pose, or not this pose, but this futzing of the cape, just fire them. I've experienced this with Vader, but with Vader being a character that's clad in all black. A lot of what makes Vader look good is the differences between the mask, the dome, the shin armor, the chest armor, and the different textures and also the different finishes that each of those pieces of armor presents. For example, on the A New Hope Vader, it's a very matte armor, and the shins are super high gloss. And it just breaks that black up just a little bit to have that high gloss on the shins. This right here looks like they painted everything and then they just sprayed it with like a matte or a satin. Maybe this chest armor will be a little glossier in the final product, but I think when you're dealing with black boots on top of black fabric with black armor and black leather with a black handled weapon, you have to use the matte, satin, and gloss finishes that are available to you to make that separation between the different parts of this statue. Other than that, I think the base is really good. I know I'm not that positive on this figure, but I just think that this just looks like they had a finished product and maybe they had all those different textures in. And I've done this before, Dean. You finish a model, and you have all these beautiful gloss and everything, and then you hit it with a matte coat, and just everything gets super matte, and it's just the worst. What do you think about it?
This thing looks like shit. Okay, just from the waist down, it almost, you know what it looks like? Maybe in like early episodes of Clone Wars, where somebody has like a long shirt. And instead of modeling the ends of the shirt separately, it's still attached to the legs. So when their leg bends, the shirt doesn't fold naturally. The model just shifts. That's what it looks like right here. This little skirt area. There's no folds. There's no like. It's just like got shorter instead of moving naturally in the sculpt.
Yeah,
it looks awful. The pants are like, until you get to the knees, almost no detail. It's like, what is this? I don't get it. Like, it's so bad. And like you said, like the futzing is terrible.
Yeah. And that's a big complaint with the statue guys. Like they watching Gem Mint and some other statue collectors, they want everything to be like all polystone, and they don't like these fabric capes. They prefer like a polystone cape. And I think in this case, I think this figure could definitely benefit from it. Especially because you'd get that nice contrast with the red on the inner lining.
So my sister got 2 statues delivered recently.
Okay.
One of which has a polystone cape, and the other has a cloth cape. Now, I was in the camp of, the cloth cape would be so much better. You could move it around and pose it, and no, the polystone cape keeps obviously its shape, right?
Yeah,
it's designed to look a certain way when the statue is put together. When you have a cloth cape, all the wiggle room is up to you. And if you don't have the eye for it, and even if you do, the wires that are in these capes are so unruly that it's not enjoyable to pose and get just right. This is gonna be a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
I'm not ever gonna own it, so I don't have to worry about it. But I'm telling you, anybody that's thinking about it, it's a fucking pain in the ass.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Now, obviously, we've only seen this one photo. I assume this is going to be tweaked in the future, but for someone as iconic as Moff Gideon, I really hope that they do this character justice. I mean, Evie's only been in 2 episodes, stole the whole season basically in 2 scenes. And he's pretty fucking good. I think it'll be interesting to see what the final product looks like with this. Up next, we have the Iron Man Midas. This is a 20th. I think it's a 20-year exclusive from Hot Toys. And I think this looks really fantastic. You can get this on Sideshow at $405, releasing Q1 2020. I think that this looks fantastic, super tempting, but the window for this to be released is super tight. If this was coming out Q2, Q3 2021, I'd be all over it. But coming out Q1, the turnaround is like, I mean, you're basically paying like $120 a month until this gets released, and that's a little tight there on the budget.
The best part about this figure is you owe me an apology.
I don't think I do. Yeah. Now let's rewind a bit. Now, about 3 episodes ago, there was a rumor that we shared in the show sheet chat, which is where we produce the show, and the rumor was basically a straight repaint of the Mark 7, including all the accessories, the head sculpt, everything about it. And right before the show, now the way the show works is I have that needs to get cut out. I'll cut it out usually on my own. You're a busy guy. You now supposedly you too busy for me on Tuesdays, at least. I called you and you screamed at me today. Yeah, anyway, so we had talked to a few other content creators when we saw that rumor, and every single one of them told me the source that gave us that rumor is not that trustworthy, and that they themselves would not run with that as a rumored release. With that being said, myself and a few other content creators cut it from our show sheets and left it at that. 3 weeks later, they show it off. The rumor was true. But I think that we have a duty, Dean, to vet our rumors. And if we don't feel comfortable that they are accurate, that we should not analyze them.
I'm just saying, had we reported on it when I said we should, we would have been ahead of the game. And now we're playing catch up like everybody else. Everybody would have been like, damn, Collecting Weekly was ahead.
I mean, I guess that's the risk you take.
I'd rather come back 3 weeks later and be like, hey guys, this turned out to be fake. What an asshole for sharing a fake story. And then we all laugh at that guy.
Look, man, if you would have answered the phone last Tuesday or the Tuesday before that, maybe things would have been different. But as it is,
on you.
I'm washing the dishes, I'm drying the dishes, I'm putting the dishes away.
I just want to let the people know that Zach withheld information from you.
That's true. I mean, if you want to boil it down to that, yeah, that's true. I made an educated guess because, Dean, we get rumors all the time, right? We get rumors all the time. There's one rumor that's so spicy, I don't know if we can even say it, Dean.
Oh, type it. I want to know what it is.
Dean, the rumor is that wrist pegs from Hong Kong are of better quality than wrist pegs from the United States.
Uh-oh.
Just saying it.
I don't know if that's a rumor. I think that's a fact.
I think it's a fact. If you get a Hong Kong figure that was released, a Hot Toys figure rather, that was released in Hong Kong versus a Hot Toys figure that shipped to Sideshow, the wrist pegs are much higher quality.
Yeah, because they want yours to break and they want to send you more.
Exactly. Dean, we could be assassinated for sharing that news. So keep that under wraps, guys. It's between us. But the thing about the Mark 21 Midas is that the gold that they're using is fantastic. And it almost makes me more upset that we haven't seen a C-3PO.
Where's C-3PO?
When these motherfuckers are out here putting out gold that looks as good as this, dude. Are you fucking kidding me?
Dude, honestly,
it looks fucking dope.
I want this fucking figure, and I don't want it. Does that make sense?
Man, dude, my email's blowing up.
I have this in my collection, and I fucking want it. Look how fucking awesome that is.
My email's blown up, Dean. We shouldn't have shared that rumor. Forget we said that whole thing about the wrist pegs. Up next, Dean. I fucking need this, Dean. Dude. Last week, you said you needed a figure like you needed the air in your lungs, Dean. I have wanted this exact figure. I've said this many times in the show. I have wanted this so bad for so long.
Yeah.
This is an instant pre-order. I am perfectly fine to just have one Game of Thrones figure on my shelf and it would be this fucking figure because of how good this character is. But 3-0 put out about an hour ago their 1/6 scale Jaime Lannister season 7, the Queen's Guard outfit, and this shit looks fucking incredible.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I'm emailing Rick right away and being like, dude, pre-order me one.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to. So with Rick, is it a deposit or
He just writes you down, and then when the figure comes in, you pay him.
Damn, son, that is.
I'm sure if you really wanted to, you could give him a deposit, but he doesn't require one. Now, he does require that you pay it when it comes in, right?
He'll break your thumbs if you don't, right?
Yeah, and Rick doesn't fuck around. Rick's a serious dude. He was in the army.
Yep.
I'm low key scared of Rick. He's an intense guy.
Mario says, I'm talking myself into picking up the Midas as a 3PO placeholder. Does that work? I think it does, man. I really think it does.
The Marks are the, what is it? The Mark 21 is based off the 7, and that figure's fucking huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking Rick is such a sweetheart, but yeah, obviously if you don't pay or pre-order, he'll never take a pre-order from you again.
My God.
So make sure you keep your promises to Rick. Rick Sollers, look him up. He's in the group. Wait, is he? He is.
He is.
Yeah.
Sosotoys showed 3 figures this weekend. We have Robin and Nightwing from Titans, as well as Daredevil. I believe that's season 1 Daredevil. Dean, can you verify?
I believe so. I didn't really watch it.
Yeah, I think that these look pretty good. At this time, they haven't gone up for pre-order just yet, but they have shown off what is included with their Detective Vigilante. You get the stick, you get the R, I guess like the Robin batarangs, several sets of hands. I think the outfit looks really good.
Dude, honestly,
2 sculpts, or at least a sculpt and a little black piece that comes off. This shit looks fucking dope, though.
It looks pretty fucking good, and I don't like this character. I don't like the show it's from, but objectively, it's a good looking figure.
I think it's a slam dunk, even, Dean. I think this would definitely be something to consider, at least for my collection. I've been wanting a Robin to go with my Batman, and the Toys Era one just looked a little bit too big, and I've heard quite a bit of complaints about the final product on that one. I think that this looks pretty decent.
Oh God,
at least at this point.
Now we got rumors of Rick going, and rumor has it he Negans your kneecaps if you don't pay on time.
Oh my God, he goes X Games mode if you don't pay the pre-orders.
Oh my God.
Now, Sosotoys has teased on their Facebook group that Billy Butcher is going to be announced in the next 2 weeks, and they've also said they have plans for Starlight and Homelander. So that's gonna be pretty fucking cool if they do those figures. I think those would all be must buys. I know there's a few third-party like small batch customizers that have announced Homelander this week, but I'm not really sure about those. The deposits seem quite high, and like any number of situations that are ongoing, you know, if a company comes down on them and gives them a C&D, I mean, you're kind of fucked with someone else with your money. So I think I'd rather let a company like Sosotoys make one and potentially pick it up from a reputable dealer like Rick or some other individual, rather than be on the hook personally. So we'll see about that. But in 2 weeks, hopefully we'll have news of a Billy Butcher.
I could probably do without the Starlight, or what's her name? That's Starlight, right?
Yeah.
But you got to have Billy Butcher and the Homelander.
Dude, I could do without Billy. I just need Homelander.
What? Billy's the fucking man, dude.
Dude, I am so excited. I mean, I'm just excited that a third-party company is going to come in and make these, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'd be excited if anyone made them. So this is cool, because Sosotoys makes pretty decent stuff. It's not garbage.
No, it's really not.
Because you think like, oh, some third-party stuff is kind of janky. Sosotoys makes pretty fucking awesome stuff. So, I think I just said decent. It's better than decent. It's really good.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's hope this stays on track.
We'll definitely keep you guys updated on that. Now, Dean, maybe like 2 months ago, I almost really committed to selling a large part of my collection to get the 15-inch 3.0/3A Bumblebee from the last night. Boy, I'm so glad I didn't, because this week in the DLX scale, which is the same scale as the Bumblebee, it's like the 9-inch scale. 3.0 announced the last night Bumblebee coming in at 170, releasing Q3 2021. Comes with a ton of different parts: the swap out head, the swap out arm cannon, the hammer. I think everything about this looks super good. There's 60 points of articulation. It seems like you can get it into basically any pose that you want. And for a bee collector like myself, Dean, this is like the holy grail, right? It's gonna have plenty of die cast, lots of light up features. I'm just super excited to pick this up. What do you think about it?
This is the holy grail.
Oh, it is.
I would think if it was me, because that movie fucking sucks. I would say
you're not wrong. You're not.
I would
wrong.
say the holy grail would be either the 77 Camaro B or the 2007 Camaro from that movie.
Okay, I think of course that's the holy grail, but I think the fact that they're leading with this one leads me to believe that we're only going to get this one, right?
I mean, honestly, the Camaro's design did not change much from that movie.
No, it really didn't.
To this one. So this is kind of that design. I think if anything, any design changes would be like mechanically on the transformation. So it's like this. I mean, you could futz that in, right? If you had that a Transformers 1 collection, I guess. It looks fucking cool. I love Bumblebee, and I wouldn't mind having one in my collection.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't buy the Volkswagen one, but I'd probably get this.
Yeah, I'm so fucking excited. Like, you have no idea. It's gonna look so good with the Bumblebee solo movie. Up next from Tamashii Nations, they did show off their Frieza in Space Pod. I think I'm really excited about the way they did this. I'm not going to get this by any stretch of the imagination, but the Space Pod does have a separate torso and hips and legs. So what you do is, it seems like you pop off the figure and then you just plug it into the Space Pod, and then we don't have to worry about the legs like fitting into the Space Pod and being super awkward. I think that's pretty smart by Bandai. No word on pricing just yet, but this thing looks pretty decent. But I do believe this is an exclusive for them. In fact, I'm going to double check right now. But Dean, what do you think about it? First form Frieza?
Super cool. I don't see myself getting this.
I'm still happy with the Dragon Stars one.
It's a really good figure, dude. It really is. I don't think this will be that much better than the Dragon Stars. If anything, it'll scale better, but even at that, it's like, is it worth the extra $70? Probably not.
Yeah.
Also, like we mentioned before, the pod is gold for some reason. Should be orange.
Not a big fan on that, to be completely honest.
But I will say, if you're one of those guys that wants hard to get figures, Dragon Ball Z Figure Arts Frieza shit just sells out. People fucking love Frieza. So I think this thing will easily double in price within the first year. So if you want to fucking get one and sit on it, I think it's probably a pretty smart idea.
Yeah.
People love Frieza. People will buy it. So
going back to The Boys, Scott says just started watching The Boys today and I love it. Definitely want some figures. Dude. What a guy, Scott. What a guy. And obviously NECA is giving us NECA is giving us the Homelander and Starlight. So we'll see how those turn out.
I might buy my first NECA Pro. Oh no, I got my first NECA product.
Tamashii Nations did show off in advance of this year's big event. They're bringing special original content. Today's sneak peek comes from the figure exhibition. What do you think it is? Internet sleuths have said that this is most likely a Janemba Figure Arts, which is interesting because it's a character that hasn't really been shown a lot of love to this point by the toy manufacturers. And then for us to get a Dragon Stars and now a potential Tamashii Nations Figure Arts.
It would make sense that it's Janemba, because they just did the Dragon Stars one. That means Bandai's already doing R&D on that character, and to just take it from Dragon Stars and implement the
Joints.
engineering of figure arts is like almost a no-brainer.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. Cody says he also just started the boys today, so what a guy.
Now, it is a little weird that figure arts would do this, because to me it just seems like they're sticking the canon.
Yeah, because this is technically a non-canon character.
Right. From a non-canon film. Even back then, it was a non-canon film.
Totally agree.
So it's a little odd, but
getting into release, the 1/6 scale Whiplash Toy Fair exclusive was released. Jason Nelson put up a photo of him with his old Whiplash, and it's like identical. It's pretty funny, actually. But this is getting released. It's released in Hong Kong, so we should be seeing.
Jason is not as ugly as
dude,
Mickey Rourke.
I'm not saying that Jason is ugly by any stretch, but he posted a photo of him.
It's very funny.
It's funny.
It
passes. If Jason went outside with some fucking jump ropes strapped to his arms, the shit would be pretty fucking funny. It said, "Where's my bird?"
Belts and shit. Yeah,
I'm sure he has that stuff. I think that shit would be pretty funny.
Dude, honestly, I love that character. I would not mind owning one of these, but I just can't justify the price on like a character I could live without. You know what we talked about the other day?
Yeah.
Like if I never have this, I'm not gonna be sad, but be cool.
Yeah, I agree. Also released, Dean, and I want to spend just a few moments here. The Imagination Works 1/9 scale Goku. You were a big supporter of the idea of this, and I want to hear how your thoughts have changed. What do you think?
It's just not good, dude. Like in theory, it should be a fucking grand slam, not even a fucking home run. A fucking full house grand slam, like a larger scale, great articulation Goku figure. Hell yeah. But
this figure fucking sucks.
It's so bad.
It is awful. First and foremost, I think I mentioned this when we first talked about it, but it's so incredibly hard to match the finish of silicone rubber to plastic. And if you look at the Goku here, these shits just don't match. I think that's the first problem.
Only gonna get worse over time.
Yeah, I think that's the first problem. I think the second problem, and I also mentioned this when we first talked about the figure, the cuts for the articulation in the lower legs, not very good, especially in the back. It seems like they really focused on the front, but the back just looks awful. I think the head sculpt, eye/sculpt gimmick, I think that actually looks pretty good. But I think that's really the only good thing I have to say about this. I just don't think that these arms bend as well as, none of the seamless arms in 6 scale I think bend particularly well. You can bend them, but aesthetically they look awful, and I think this suffers from that same problem. But I think that this is a scale that they tried. I think that's the biggest problem, and I just think that they have so many awesome figures in their 1/12 line that to make this and for it to not to come out that well, I think that this is dooming to the line. A lot of people have had it in hands on the Dragon Ball Facebook groups, and it seems to be like a 60-40 split of people that really dislike it to people that really like it. It's very divisive. I think some people are really, really happy with it, and others just can't get over how bad the rubber is. And you're right; it's just going to get worse over time. It's going to rip if it's not as it dries out. It'll start to rot, and that's going to be kind of a bummer when it does.
Yeah. I just don't think certain things work at certain scales. Anime figures in the 6 scale, I don't think work. I've owned a few. They just look fucking janky. They look weird. I think the figure arts line is so good, nothing can beat it, right? Because there's third-party companies that make 6-scale Vegeta, Goku, and they use like Phison bodies, but Phison bodies look kind of realistic in a weird way when you put like anime clothes and sculpts on them. It looks fucking creepy, actually. Like the Uncanny Valley. So when they were like, "Oh, that's a larger scale Goku and possibly a new line," I was like, "Oh, okay, great. Like that sounds, let's see how it turns out." And I think the images we were looking at were all just 3D renders, or at least just like a really nice prototype. And I still don't technically mind the cuts in the pants and the knee area, but everything at the waist is awful.
Yeah.
The arms are horrendous. The head sculpt is like the actual sculpt is like too deep. Does that make sense? Like in the eyebrow and stuff.
Yeah, I
Which
see
I
what you mean.
guess they want to like catch the light, because in figure arts it's either just painted with lines, which looks like the show,
Yeah.
or it's so subtle that you kind of just understand that it's there.
Yeah.
Like the face doesn't work in a larger scale either. Like it's just everything about this is like so disappointing. I'd like to get one in hands to see if maybe my opinion changes. But how much is it? $100?
I believe it's 130.
Fuck yeah! I mean,
just
I'm not gonna spend even let's just say it's 100. I don't want to spend $100 to see if I hate it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll find one, in 2 years on Mercari, 6 months. Who knows? Maybe. I also think it's fucking weird that they just went with base form and Super Saiyan.
At least at this point. I mean, we're so far into it.
Yeah, it's like, how come he barely even goes Super Saiyan anymore? Just give us the blue one.
Real quick, Mark Pearson says, I don't know how to feel about it. The longevity is a major question. Cody says rubber suits are hard to nail. I feel like 3-0 Crisis figure was a good example of one. But I think it would be better off going latex with an anime spin, lots of details and angles. Sean says, from what I've been told by my wife, it's pretty well received in Japan, but he'll have it in hand next week to give his thoughts on it.
Nice.
And Mark says 6-scale statues work for anime, but figure-wise, they always look like blown-up toys.
Yeah.
I just really dislike the texture on it.
Yeah, statues work because statues are sculpted like in one, thing.
Yeah.
But when like Goku's a very dynamic character, so when you need a figure to do all that shit, it just
it doesn't work out most of the time.
Honestly, if they were just like, hey, you know what? Here's the figure arts Goku in a larger scale, I'd be all over it. I wouldn't even hesitate. I'd be like, all right, cool. The figures just work, right? The articulation just works. You can get Goku in like any pose you need. I know
on the 2.0 bodies, yeah.
Yeah, on the 2.0 bodies. The 1.0 bodies are so
they're pretty bad.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. Oh, it's time for our sponsor tag from Watto Scrapyard NE. And a new sponsor tag, 1/6 Corner. We want to thank our friends over at Watto Scrapyard for sponsoring this week's episode. You can find him on Instagram, eBay, and Facebook under Watto Scrapyard. He makes 3D printed parts for hard to come by Kenner and Hasbro vehicles, as well as resin printed head sculpts of hundreds of different characters from the Star Wars and other universes. If you don't see a character you like on their Instagram, just send them a message and you'll get a design shipped or printed and shipped right to your door for a reasonable fee. And we want to thank 1/6 Corner. Their mission is to provide the best figures and collectibles to their customers. They offer great prices, great packaging, as we've seen in last week's episode even, and fast shipping. Choose your figures, pay safely with PayPal, and leave the rest to them.
Great job, Dean. Nailed it.
Yeah.
Dean, our movie for this week was Sonic the Hedgehog. And let me give you a brief synopsis. The world needed a hero. It got a hedgehog. Powered with incredible speed, Sonic embraces his new home on Earth until he accidentally knocks out the power grid, sparking the attention of uncool evil genius Dr. Robotnik. Now it's Supervillain versus Supersonic in an all-out race across the globe to stop Robotnik from using Sonic's unique power to achieve world domination. Dean, I will say that description isn't really representative of I think the movie that we got, right?
Yeah,
there's not a lot of racing.
No.
In fact, most of the traveling is done by truck.
Right.
With that very, very small caveat out of the way, this movie was fucking fantastic. Holy shit.
It's so good.
First and foremost, Dean, the main actor is James, what's his surname? I think
Marsden.
I cut it off. Marsden.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Jim Carrey, I haven't seen a lot of movies with him in a while. I could maybe I've missed them. But my God, he nails the eccentric supervillain. Holy shit,
Yeah,
he nailed it.
I'm a pretty big Sonic fan. Not really anything like Eggman, right?
Yeah.
Eggman's kind of a difficult character to like pin down as like a type, right?
Yeah.
But the way Jim Carrey's Eggman is so cool and
amazing.
So good. Like the second he's on screen, he steals the show.
Yeah.
When you're competing with a CGI hedgehog that's super cute and fucking funny and like is the main character and you're taking all the attention away from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't pay him enough, whatever it was. Like,
and I will say this, Dean, we can't talk about this movie without talking about the scandal that was the initial trailer with the Gangster's Paradise, the VFX. Oh, Dean, I have pictures.
Oh, thank God.
And I have to say, this movie could not have been anywhere near as fantastic as it was if this was what we got.
Yeah,
right.
100%.
I mean, there's no way. It's horrifying.
Honestly, it would have been fucking hilarious.
Now, I will say this, Dean. I think it's important to support things like this, right? Because these guys did listen to the fans. I think a lot of the graphic designers or the digital artists lost their jobs because of this scandal. But they listened to the fans. They put out a quality product. I mean, I've owned this movie for about like the day it came out on 4K. I got it. I just haven't had a chance to watch it, and I wanted to support the film in that way. But this movie was amazing. I mean, there was times where I actually laughed out loud. I think Donut Lord was really good. I think his partner, not Pretzel Lady, but his actual police partner was freaking hilarious.
Yeah, Adam Talley. He's one of the stormtroopers that Baby Yoda bites.
Oh, okay. And then nothing about this movie was bad. I felt like I really wish this movie was maybe 10 minutes longer. It's a short runtime. It's like an hour 35, I think.
Yeah.
I really loved every second of this movie, and I can't wait to show it to my kid. This movie was absolutely fantastic. I give it my highest recommendation. I mean, it's a kid's movie, right? Like, you're not gonna get like that epic fucking Steven Spielberg plot, right? It's a very simple movie. I think the whole quest to get the rings was kind of it just seemed like a very anticlimactic. Like, they go up the elevator and the rings are there. Like, that was kind of anticlimactic.
Yeah, I think had maybe Eggman stolen them, or that's okay. So he's Eggman, right? That's like the thing.
Yeah,
but his name is Dr. Robotnik. So incorporating why they call him Eggman, or why Sonic calls him Eggman, was so smart and like clever. I was like, that's fucking cool.
Wait, say that one more time about why they called him Eggman.
Yeah, his drones, they look like eggs.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, and he makes a comment like, "Oh, look what came out of my egg sack."
Yes.
To one of the army guys. And then later on in the movie, Sonic sees these drones and he's like, "Okay, Eggman." I was like, that's awesome, because honestly, there's really no point in calling him Eggman. It's just that was his name in the game.
Wait, hold up. Maybe I missed this. Was there an end credit scene that I missed?
Yeah.
Oh, let me go watch it right now.
If you didn't see Tails, you definitely missed it.
Oh yeah, well, spoiler alert. I definitely missed that. Let me just continue this bit. I'm gonna watch the end credit scene right now.
Okay, yeah, it's maybe like 15 seconds.
Oh, okay.
There's just, as a Sonic fan, there's so much good shit in here. They heavily embrace the Sonic meme, the gotta go fast, and like the crazy old guy that knows Sonic exists, like draws him all fucking janky.
Yeah,
that's like one of the oldest Sonic memes on the internet.
Yeah.
Just like the music, the sounds.
Why did they so the initial trailer had the Gangster's Paradise song,
I
remember it being like really out of left field. They didn't play that song at all in this movie.
Yeah,
and
thank God.
I'm so glad.
Honestly, I'm blanking on his name. The voice actor, John
Marston.
No, the
James
voice
Marston.
The voice actor for Sonic, not the actor.
Okay. I don't know.
It's
John Ralphio.
Yeah, just absolutely brought a certain charm to the character that I loved. Also, Sonic's motivations make sense, right? Because in the movie, he kind of has to live alone, and you could tell that like he just wants some companionship. And when he finally is able to talk to someone, he's like real awkward.
Yeah, because he doesn't really know.
Right. So everything about this movie is so good. It's so easy to watch.
The end credit scene was fantastic, by the way.
You don't have to think too hard. James Marsden's character is such a good, genuine person, and his wife in the movie.
Yeah, and their niece too. That one scene where they give Sonic the sneakers. Oh,
yeah, like
amazing.
I don't know, like it's just nice to see like a family so well. Like nobody's except for maybe the sister, but that's for comedic effect.
Okay, I fucking hate that sister.
They're not like bad people. They genuinely care for not only each other, and especially in a movie where like her husband's hiding an alien creature. Like they work together, right? Like
she doesn't like
hold it against him and hate him. Like,
but I think part of it could be that she's a veterinarian.
That's also true. It's just nice to see. I love everything about this movie. I cannot wait for more. They already said they're working on the second one.
Wow.
So yeah, dude, they pretty much. So this movie came out right when COVID hit. So they pulled it from theaters after like a week or something and put it on stream. And I think like I don't even remember. Basically, before it even finished, like what would have been its initial run, they were like, "Yeah, we're already gonna make a second one."
Wow,
it's I love everything about this movie. It's so good. If you have not seen it yet,
it's really good.
Watch it. It's so fun. If you're a Sonic fan and haven't seen it yet, how dare you go watch it? I love it.
The one thing, because I know you're a bigger Sonic fan than I am, Dean. The one thing that I didn't really understand in the opening of the film, that creature is taking care of him like when he's a kid. Is that in the games or is that made for the?
That's just a.
Okay, I've played quite a few of the games, but I've never seen that person.
Yeah, that's not a thing. Well, I mean, this whole movie is like not.
Yeah.
Like a canon explanation of.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's not like running after rings and this and that, but I thought it was cool the way they explain the rings. Like, I mean, I gotta say, props to you. This is a good fucking movie. Definitely. I'll have to sit on my movie choice this week. I'll have to think about it, but yeah, this was fantastic. I'm super glad to have watched it. No, Eddie Sonic does not eat Sonic in this movie. So
no, but he does get chili dog. Dude, that bar scene is so good. I just watch it on YouTube sometimes just because
Well, it reminds me of the Days of Future Past scene, which is iconic. So definitely a big fan there. Dean, it's time to get into what really grinds my gears. We haven't done one of these in quite a while. Twice last week, Dean.
I don't
Twice.
even know what this is about because I didn't look at the show sheet.
You never do. Twice this week.
Honestly,
this week.
I will say this, Zach, real quick.
Yeah.
It makes for a better show because I can react off the cuff. This isn't scripted, like not super scripted. We have a script that we, follow. Like now we're going to talk about this. Now we're going to talk about this. But we give you genuine reactions here.
With that being said, it would be nice to have some help.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what really grinds my gears, Dean? Twice last week.
Oh my God.
Not once, but twice last week we had content strikes.
Back to back.
Not content strikes, but content flags on our channel. One, I will say, I think y'all kind of fucked up a little bit during Creeps. I don't think you should have played the clip with audio that was longer than 15 seconds. But for the one on After Dark, you played a 9-second clip, which is below the 15-second threshold, and it instantly nuked the video. In fact, we won the appeal. You can see it here. We won the appeal on that, and they still deleted the video. I can't pull it back up, so that shit's gone forever. We got hit by YouTube for a TikTok that Dean shared, or a Vine rather that Dean shared, and then by NBCU for creative content protection. I believe it was a American Werewolf in London clip that you were watching.
Yeah, we didn't even have audio.
I don't know.
It was just the video. Me and Manny were talking over it.
See, that's weird then. I will say, though, the NBCU, we did dispute it and we did win that. So at the end of the day, we didn't do anything wrong. But yeah, it happened twice. It was super fucking frustrating and definitely not looking forward to that happening again.
Assholes. I was very upset on stream.
You cried.
I
Dean,
did not cry.
Let's get into the joy of hobbying a short one this week. But I took the fat suit off my Mandalorian. Very easy to do. I've done it several times. I actually took it all off again. And I think we'd like to try to shoot a video on how to do it. So I think Dean's going to try to come over this week and we'll talk about it. But yeah, it's very easy to do. Basically, you're just removing all the Velcro plates and then taking the belt off, and then pretty much just taking the suit off. And it adds quite a bit of posability and quite a bit of fun to handling the figure, because before I couldn't get that motherfucker to do anything.
Yeah.
And now I think it poses quite naturally, and I'm super happy with it. So do you have any questions for me, Dean, about the process or about what is gained by it before you come?
No.
All right, let's get into the Collecting Weekly Awards. The nominations are ongoing between now and November 30th. They're going well, but the more feedback, the more nominations we get, the better. And at this point, it's a close race, right? It's a close race for the CW Award finalists.
The most important election of the year.
Thank you. And we're hoping to get every single vote that we can. Our t-shirts are going to be on sale quite a bit this month. The Collecting Weekly Live Pink 2020 shirt, all proceeds from that are going to
that's Luke.
Let me mute you. I'm trying to give my cancer spiel. All proceeds from this are going to breast cancer awareness for I'm trying to talk about this good cause.
Everyone's on board. Everyone loves the cause.
Okay, well, let me finish the spiel then we can put Luke on the camera and dick around. But we're donating all of our shirt sales from October and November to Be the Match, and I think that's a good cause. Dean, you want to say thank you to our Patreonies?
Oh, you muted me.
I did because I thought that you were distracting from what I was trying to do.
You're not even talking about Luke. You just moved on. I want to talk about Luke.
Look, man, you should have said something.
I was saying you muted me.
Hurry up, give your spiel.
No, just the best fucking figure of the year, even.
I mean, I was trying to talk about the fat suit and you just wanted to skip over. So, I mean,
I was okay. One, I
don't want to do it. No, that wasn't a bit.
Pants on and fucking.
It wasn't even a bit.
It's just like belt.
That wasn't even a bit. Okay, talk about your figure. Let's go.
No, I'm over it. You've ruined it. You've ruined the night.
All right,
we
Dean.
want to thank our Patreonies: Ben Porter, Griffin Campbell, Sean Fear, Ian CB, Renee Mendez, Eric Mariscal, Quinn Aguirre, Leo Hernandez, King Louie, Mark Pearson, Sweet Danny Lee, Deanie Martin, Stephen Crad, Jason Nelson, Big Ol' Fern, King Zach, Caesar Mariquin, Eddie Mendez, Eric Ruiz, Mario Cortez, Stephen Percha, Sean Yahtzee, Scott Bradley, Jesse Contreras, and Steve and Maria Stanley. What a bunch of legends.
Absolute angels, every single one of them. You heard it here first. Wait, what? No, say it.
Oh, I don't want to hurt your feelings.
Say it. Just please say it.
I have my sister, stepmom, or stepdad, and my mom on the list. You don't have anyone on this list.
First off, that really hurts.
I told you I don't want to hurt your feelings.
2, my parents were very supportive of this show financially when we were in our infancy. They bought us lots of equipment. They helped us buy the Yeti. They helped us buy 2 of our XLR mics.
Well, your dad was he kind of had all that.
No, he didn't have any of that. He bought us the camera that I'm using here that we use for streaming.
And I appreciate them so much. I love them.
Yeah, so I mean that really
how much I like them.
That hurt, Dean.
I don't see them enough. Actually.
That really I think you got it from here, Dean.
Yeah, that's the show. Bye everybody. Those are stickers.
Oh boy, we have our November.
I told you.
We have our November Patreon packages. I think a lot of people probably should have gotten them by this point. We shipped them out last.
You put the picture in the chat a while ago.
Yeah. So I think you guys should have gotten them already. If you got them, drop them on Ox. I'd love to see you guys that have them.
Yeah.
We also got this is for December, Dean. Our static clings with the classic rectangle logo there. We talked about it After Dark last week. And we have them already.
Beautiful.
Yep. Let's talk about our Patreon tiers. $5, the Sweet Angel, $15 certified crispy. And in December, we are launching the I believe it's the $25 What a Guy tier. In fact, Dean, that poster back there is the prototype of the poster that's going to be included with that tier. We have quite a few.
You have not shown that to me.
Well,
I didn't even notice it.
That's what I was calling you about earlier, but you yelled at me.
I was at work, and you did not call me. Otherwise, I would have answered. You text me, and I can't look at text while I'm driving.
Well, you could have called after I texted you.
And then you can't do the show anymore?
I told you, if something horrible happened to you, we definitely, for sure, take that week off. And then the following week.
Actually, people would watch for like a week or two to like really take in the fact that I am not around, and then they tune out because like I'm like the talent, right?
Yeah.
Dean, I have one thing for you right here.
Do your homework.
I don't know. Anyway, so we're launching that tier in December, and our Patreonies, they really wanted another tier. So that is the tiers that we offer, and we thank you guys for your support. We do have a mailing address, Collecting Weekly, 5886 Dezavala Road, Suite 102, box number 292, San Antonio, Texas 78249. You can find us on Facebook at Collecting Weekly Auxiliary. It's where we have a we just have a grand old time there.
We have fun.
And
honestly, I love fucking hanging out on Ox, dude. Also, this bat is hella off center.
Off centered, it's centered like almost exactly on the Ox.
No, I meant like instead of level, it's the right wing on the Y is way lower than it is on the A.
Well, yeah, because bats don't fly like this. They do this.
A Batman logo, so it should just be.
Well, the graphic that I pulled this from, it was at an angle, so I kept it at an angle.
So you probably just tilt it.
You want to make the logos from now on? Okay, then. We have actually real quick. I wanted to shout out Dean, our Patreonies, one more time.
I just have Manny do the logos.
That's the $1,000 question. I don't want to burden him with the thousands of logos.
So don't you dare.
Okay, then you can. Would you like to make the logos from now on?
Not Batman ones. I don't even like Batman.
Okay, then make me a new auxiliary logo
Also,
to put
Eddie,
on the
just
slides.
message me your phone number. I don't have it. So.
Okay, so last night something magical happened in the Patreon chat, and I don't know if you were there for it.
I probably was not. I went to bed pretty early.
One of our wonderful Patreons, Stephen Percha, was like, yo, there's this weird thing in the sky, and it's like changing colors. And he's like, is anyone down to do some stargazing? It was like 1 or 2 in the morning.
Wow.
And a few of us Patreonies in different locations went outside and we all saw the same thing. It was a star. It's called Merzam, and it was dope. And it was like this wonderful moment where all of us in all different places came together and stargazed remotely. It's the most touching thing that's ever happened.
Fifo goes west, or maybe just Fifo. Somewhere out there, under the pale lit sky. I don't know the fucking words, but basically, the 2 little rats are looking at the moon at the same time, and they know that the other one's out there.
Basically,
it's the story of the American dream. Damn it,
Dean. I have it on my Voodoo. Vivi watches it all the time.
Cool.
We have auction this Saturday, November 7th, and we got to make sure we're actually having some auction items because right now it's a little thin. It might actually just be a short segment before After Dark at this point.
Yeah.
Let me just put a bump right there. Need more items if we're actually going to do this.
Danny spelled balls wrong.
We have obviously auction this Saturday. Collecting rarities, I think that's being rescheduled. Small Talk is recording not this Thursday, but next Thursday.
Oh, Pale Moon Sky. Sorry, I'm reading the chat.
Only Fools and Collecting, they're coming live this Thursday about 2-3 o'clock. I guess it depends because daylight savings time just changed. Collecting Comics just put up their new episode on Sunday, and Creeps R Us put up a great episode last Saturday. So that is our network. Dean, I think we're doing After Dark tomorrow. Maybe. If you can even stand to be on air with me again.
I don't think, Zach, you're like a brother to me. Of course I'll be on air with you.
Yeah, Cain and Abel. Eric, please put that on clips, please. That was good, dude.
Yeah,
that was good.
That was pretty good. It was pretty good.
We got to get that on clips. 1 minute and 12. Anyways, yeah, we have After Dark tomorrow. Maybe we'll talk about the election results. Probably not. That'd be a tough conversation.
We're gonna go from 23 Patreons to like 2.
And we know who the 2 are. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, my sister and Steven.
We have some friends of the show: King, Zachary, Venable, Optical 20, PJ the Paradox Nerd, 6 Scale Scavengers, Rogue 16, and Third Party Reviews. All great people.
Where is Optical? I miss that guy.
I
feel like I haven't seen him.
He streams like twice a week.
What the F?
Yeah, he streams twice a week, my guy. Cody says Live and Let Dice coming back in March. Well, I mean, that's if we renew it for another season, right? I mean, that's kind of a decision that we have to make. No, I'm just kidding. No,
I get so mad every day or every week that I'm not playing D&D.
Dude, same. My dice have dust on them, Cody. They have dust. Optical in the chat. Yeah. So we have a great great group of guys.
I'm over here like
gals
reminiscing about all the sweet times we have with Optical.
He's still with us, man. He's still with us
in spirit.
Anyways, Dean, what do we got to do tonight? We got to watch the election. Maybe we'll play some Among Ox tomorrow after dark.
I'll tell you what. I'm just gonna fucking get on Call of Duty and just forget everything that's happening.
Shit is wild.
Yeah.
Anyways, thanks for joining us on election night. Obviously, there's some shit that's going down on the television. We appreciate all of you guys for tuning in tonight. We had a good show. We had some great discussion, a great little clip that I think we'll add to the clips channel. But yeah, I think I'm good for tonight. If you are, Dean.
Yeah, congrats, Cody. He's almost signing for his new house in 2 weeks.
What a guy.
Nice.
Anyways, I'm Zach.
I'm Dean.
Catch you on the next episode.